जय श्री माता जी। आज के इस ध्यान के सत्र में आप सभी का स्वागत है। हम सब सहजता से कंफर्टेबल होकर चेयर या जमीन पर बैठेंगे। अपने हाथों के हथेलियों को खोलकर बैठेंगे। श्री माता जी को नतमस्तक होके सामूहिक बंधन लेंगे। जो साधक आज पहली बार ज्वाइन हुए हैं वो अपने हाथ की हथेलियों को खोलकर बैठेंगे। अपना राइट हैंड जमीन पर रखेंगे। प्रार्थना करेंगे। परम पूजनीय श्री माता जी, कृपा करके हमारे लेफ्ट साइड के सारे बाधाओं को, दोषों को भूतत्व में विलीन कर दीजिए। अपने राइट हैंड को गोद में ले लेंगे। लेफ्ट हैंड को आकाश तत्व की ओर, आकाश की ओर करते हुए प्रार्थना करेंगे। श्री माता जी, कृपा करके हमारे राइट साइड के सारे दोष, सारे बाधाओं को आकाश तत्व में विलीन कर दीजिए। लेफ्ट हैंड हैंड को गोद में ले लेंगे। श्री माता जी से प्रार्थना करेंगे। श्री माता जी, कृपा करके हमें संतुलन में लाइए। हमें निर्विचार बना दीजिए। श्री माता जी, हमें निर्विचार बना दीजिए। इसी स्थिति में हम श्री माता जी की अमृतवाणी सुनते हुए ध्यान करेंगे।
Have you been a student of chemistry, please? The gentleman who asked me about valency? No. All right, then it's quite a big story. How to explain? You see, if you see the periodic laws of all the chemicals, you'll be amazed how they are planned out. They are divided into 8 different categories, and where there are 2 types of chemicals. One which given to others and joined, and some which take it from others and join. So that is what is the valency. For example, something like hydrogen has 1, oxygen has 2, like that. And at the end of it, the last is the 8 valencies, as they call it. So there could be 4 plus or 4 minus. In the human beings, we have 10 valencies. And these 10 valencies act. But carbon has 4 valencies. That's why carbon is very important for forming amino acids, because it can join on both the sides. It has 4. It can give 4 or take 4. It's a neutral sort of thing. And unless until you have carbon, you cannot form organic chemistry. And after that, you have to have nitrogen with it, so you form what you call amino acids. So it's not so important at this point to talk about these things. I just mentioned it that there are 10 valencies within us, meaning there are 10 dharmas, there are 10 religions within us. But if I say religion, you would jump, so I used the word valency. Is the dharma. Dharma means the one which you sustain. Like the quality of the light is to give light. In the same way, you have 10 qualities as human beings. These are the 10 commandments. You can say it's in every religion there are these 10 commandments. It has some problem, but I see Kundalini is such a beautiful thing. She's your mother. She's your individual mother. And she has been like a tape recorder for you. She knows all about your problems. And she knows how to work it out. So though it is damaged, of course, in the beginning, a little difficult, but then Kundalini itself goes and works it out, and she builds it up, repairs it. It's so beautiful, the way she looks after. Supposing you have a liver problem, of course you'll get your realization, but then she will go down to the liver and show that, see, this is the point. You can actually see the pulsation at the liver point, just like heart. Dreams could be from 3-4 areas, from the collective subconscious, could be from the subconscious of the last lives, could be the subconscious of this life. It can be from different areas. And unless and until you are a deep person, you cannot decode it and understand it. It's all haphazard and comes. So it is a suggestion that comes to us through our subconscious area sometimes, but it can also come from the unconscious area. And when it comes from unconscious area, then it is very suggestive what is to be done. Jung has done a lot of work on that, and he's really reached quite a great explanation on this point of dreams. But be better than dreams or anything else which is rather vague, and you have to go to a psychiatrist to find out, and maybe he might be also wrong. But here it is on your fingertips, you can feel everything. So what's the need to know through the dreams? Yes, there are. There are many physical effects. You can see that the pupils dilate and your eyes start sparkling. Then also you start feeling the cool breeze on your fingertips. You can feel the cool breeze coming out of your head. And I've seen people who got realization. When I met them after 1 year, I couldn't recognize them because they had suddenly become very young, about 10 years younger than what they were. And the face shines and the skin becomes very nice. So also because health improves and the temperament improves, person becomes very sweet, kind, compassionate and dynamic. And sometimes you are amazed at yourself and others are very much amazed too, the way you are changed. Yes, it is. Please be seated. I'll answer that question to you. Bhakti Yoga means devotion to God. It's very important. But if you see Gita, it was written by Sri Krishna, who was very intelligent and knew that human beings are little not up to the point. So he tried to say things in a way where we have to read between the lines. For bhakti, he said that if you give me flowers and water, pushpam phalam toyam, and also fruits I'll accept. But when it comes to bhakti, he said it should be ananya. There's a very important word, ananya, means when there is not the other. That means when you become one with me. That means when you are realized soul. That's what is the bhakti. Bhakti without the connection is like telephoning God without the connection. It's as simple as that. No, but you see the love that is true love, what we say is imagination without connection. It's just imagination. It's not the truth. Unless and until you have got your realization, your bhakti is just imagination. Anything else, please?
Experiences a lot of negative emotion like anger.
Very
What
much.
part of the subtle system is affected?
You see, the so-called yoga is just the right side activity of prana. Actually, Patanjali started Ha-Tha yoga. Ha means Ha is the sun, Tha is the moon. So both the things. And if you read the whole Patanjali, is so big as that. So the Patanjali Yoga Shastra is so big. He's dealt with, first of all, the cleansing of the right side and then of the left side. And then he has talked of all these things that I'm telling you about thoughtless awareness and doubtless awareness, that is called as Nirvichar Samadhi, and then it is called as Nirvikalpa Samadhi. All that he's talked throughout, Rutambara Pratna, he's called it to the all-pervading power. But some people who must have been to some guru somewhere and must have had the first V part of it, so they came down and have started teaching people these yogas of exercise and acrobats. This is all right-sided because it's all physical. We are not only physical beings. As a result of that, what happens? Such people dry out. Right side dries you, like the sun dries you. You dry out. I mean, you say it's true. I mean, the other day I was telling you that if you have to reach any hut yogi, you better carry a barge pole with you because it can be any time they might jump at you. They are good at curses, they are good at anger. So that's not yoga. In yoga you are completely integrated. Only your liver gets bad, and sometimes they get very bad massive heart attacks also. So this is like indiscriminate use of something, like you take all the medicines from the medical medicine box without knowing what is to be done. Of course, we also use certain physical things, like supposing, as you asked me, that if there's any problem in the spinal cord, see, we might tell you that you do a particular type of an asana. But we must know it scientifically what is to be done. Unless and until the Kundalini rises, how are we to know where is the obstruction? Just before that, what's the use of doing all these things? You might be having a problem here, and you might be doing the exercise of your stomach. What's the use? So it is very scientific. You must know what is to be done where. We do use, very rarely, but we do use it. But it is precise. It's a science. What she's talking about.
She says Hatha Yoga is a science too.
No, it is if you know the whole of it, not halfway. You see, a half-baked doctor is more dangerous than an ordinary person, and that's what they are. So, madam, if you care for your benevolence, you have some patience and take your realization, then you'll understand how wrong it is, all right? Just certifying like that is not proper. You must first go into it and find out what is what, and then you can say something about something very definitely. It's a science, no doubt, but how many are equipped? They haven't even read the whole of Patanjali. None of them. It's a business. It's best is go jogging instead. Don't have to pay at least. That's also sometimes not good, too much of it. You have to be in moderation in everything. Let's see.
How do you see the role of realization in Sahaja Yoga in protecting the environment?
Oh, very much. Very much. As it cleanses you, it cleanses also the atmosphere. There's a doctor, we have Dr. Hamid from Austria, who has tried Sahaja Yoga vibrations on the trees which are afflicted by acid rain, and they were surprised that 60% of those trees which were, most of them which were lower than the 60 years of age have survived and thriving. Because this clears the whole thing. That's the vital energy which neutralizes environmental problems, absolutely. It helps agriculture very much. You won't believe if I tell you, it's so fantastic. Because understand that this is the energy from where we get everything. This energy thinks, as I told you, coordinates, organizes everything, and above all it loves. It solves all the problems. I think human problems will be solved on 3 levels, I should say. First of all, that human beings get transformed. So human beings improve. Then, because of collective consciousness, they relate to each other very well. We are traveling like criminals with our passports all over, you see, while this world is made one by God. And all this division by races, by religions, by all kinds of nationalities, everything disappears. Second level is, and the third level, the atmosphere. the whole atmosphere improves, the society improves, the political atmosphere will improve. Is also the natural atmosphere will improve because we become so sensible and wise and we don't go to extremes of producing plastics. We get satisfied. There's no need to produce so much of plastics. But it is so because, say about when I was young, we didn't need so many tumblers in the house. But somehow now we want to have disposal ones. So once you start disposal ones, there's no end to it. And you can't dispose them ultimately. That's what they are. One good tumbler could be cleaned out for one person and can be used for various things. But now we have so many things, and then another modern problem is of creating new fashions every day. So you go to any house and you find piles and piles of clothes from 19 such and such to 19 such and such. And every year they're changing. So all these nonsensical ideas go, and you really become such a wise person. You know what to use, how much to use, how to have a balance in life. We lead a very imbalanced life in modern times. And we are playing into the hands of entrepreneur. Then we play into the hands of the people who produce these things like seeds, which are they cannot be reproduced, and the seeds are specially made as hybrid they are. But if you have even ordinary seeds vibrated, they give much more yield than the non-hybrid. Even the animals, we try to do all kinds of things with them, and I must say that the animals like this are real bizarre, horrible people. They don't understand anything. They can walk on the street, get killed, or they have no brains. And if you take milk from such animals, we also become little pulpy there. We have experimented in India that animals who have been hybrid type are something schizophrenic of that kind, while animals which are natural understand. Even the chickens, they have found out the same thing. So all this hybrid feeding our body can create a lot of problems for us in our brains. So though we are more worried about the environment, but within ourselves we are creating lots of problems already. To get to natural food is impossible because as it is, you see, the natural seeds and the natural things are not capable of reproduction. But if you give them vibrations, they produce much more. That's how you solve those problems. But first we must believe in ourselves that we can do all that. If we can go onto the moon, why can't we go to our spirit? Yeah? Yes. Okay. You see, it's like the subtlest of the ether, supposing. Subtlest of that ether. Now, through the ether, you can see anything. You see, if you put on the television, you can see anything that's from India or from England. In the same way, it's a subtle thing. But this ether is something so wonderful that it not only that it transmits your ideas, not only, but it acts. Like you can see that a television, you supposing use a television, now you just see the image, but the image does not come out and act on you. But here, this goes and acts. That's why they say that Kali Yuga is over. The worst times of Kali Yuga means the bad days are over now. Kruta Yuga has started when this all-pervading power is working it out. But the problem is how many are going to get to it. It said only 144,000 people. We already have it. In the Bible. It's quite, I hope they don't mean exactly that.
best practical exercise to encourage this flow of energy?
That's like a real seeker. That's what we are going to do now. That's like a real seeker. That's the best question I was waiting for. All right? So we are all ready for it, isn't it? Can you put it up, please, for me? I'm sorry, you have to take out your shoes to touch the Mother Earth. Those she's found. I think I'll sit down, you stand up. You stand up here. Yes, please. You can take out your shoes also, I think. First of all, of course, as I told you, it acts spontaneously. But I will tell you this because you should know later on how to raise your Kundalini again and again, which is a very, very simple thing. At the very outset, there are two conditions, of course. The first condition is that you have to be very self-confident about yourself, that you all can get your realization and forget your past. There's nothing like sin at this moment, nothing like mistakes at this moment. Whatever has happened, is finished. So first of all, you must forgive yourself completely. That's the first condition. Then the second condition, that you have to forgive everybody else at this moment. Not to remember who has tortured you or troubled you. It's nothing difficult, it's a myth. It's a myth that you don't forgive or you forgive. What do you do? Nothing. But if you don't forgive, then you play into wrong hands. So I would request you that you just say that I forgive everyone and I forgive myself. After all, we are human beings, I see. We are not God. So human beings will create mistakes and will do something wrong, isn't it? There's nothing wrong in it. And the divine power has such powers of forgiveness. It's the ocean of forgiveness. So also not to feel guilty at all. This idea of sin and all that, I don't know from where it has come into the heads of people. So just forget about it, and I'm sure it will work out, because today I can feel it. It's on this center, you can feel it's too much catching. So people are just feeling guilty that how can I get realization? You are going to get it. Have confidence. That's the promise, all right? Now he's going to show you how we are going to work it out. Both the feet have to be away from each other. As I told you, left and right side are two energies, so away from each other. Now, the left hand has to be towards me like this, in a comfortable way, whichever you want. You can put it on your lap or you can have it like this, because it's the desire to get self-realization. And the right hand has to be put on different centers, as I tell you. First on the heart, because in the heart is the reflection of God Almighty as the Spirit in the heart. And then we have to go to another center on the left-hand side. We work only on left-hand side. We put our right hand in the upper portion of our abdomen. This is the center of your mastery. You have to become master of yourself. This is created by all the great masters, and we have to just awaken it. Then you go down to the lower portion of your abdomen. On the left-hand side, press it hard. This is the center of pure knowledge. This pure knowledge acts through your central nervous system. Acts through your central nervous system. Then we go up again into the upper portion of our abdomen, on the center of the Guru principle, the mastery, and then again we go to the heart, where we are the spirit. Then we take our right hand in the corner of our neck and our head here, and turn our head towards the right, like this. This center is the one I'm telling you is today very much catching, which is that people feel guilty. So, the center is a very dangerous one. If it catches on the left-hand side, one develops horrible things like angina and also spondylitis. So better is to turn your head right, towards the right, fully. Now, you have to stretch your hand, not stretch your hand, but put your hand across like this on your forehead. Hold your forehead and put it down as much as you can. This is the center for forgiving others. I'll tell you later on when you close your eyes in full way. Now take back this hand on the back side of your head, and push back your head completely, resting on that hand. And here now is the center where you have to ask for forgiveness from the divine without counting your mistakes, without counting the people whom you have hurt or anything. So just without feeling any such guilt, you have to just ask for forgiveness. Now stretch your hand, right hand, fully. And the center of your palm has to be put exactly on the spot where it was a soft bone in your childhood. Press it hard, put down your head. Now here, push back your fingers as back as possible and put a pressure on your scalp. Now you have to move the scalp very slowly, clockwise very slowly, 7 times, just like that. Done. That's all we have to do. But now please take out your spectacles and close your eyes until I tell you don't open your eyes. It might help your eyesight also. Everyone should do it and you will see the results will be good. So, now we close our eyes. Put both the feet apart. Don't worry about your thoughts. Let them come. They'll all disappear after some time. Put your left hand towards me. Put your right hand on your heart. Now, here lies the spirit. So, like a computer, you have to ask me a question. Mother, am I the spirit? Ask the question in your heart 3 times, please. Mother, am I the spirit? Ask this question. Now, if you are the spirit, you are your own guide, because in the light of spirit, you know your way, you become a master. So now, take down your right hand on the left hand side of your abdomen, the upper part, press it hard. Here, you ask another question to me. You can call me Mother or Shri Mataji, whatever you like. Mother, am I my own master? Ask this question 3 times. Now, take down your hand on the left-hand side of your abdomen in the lower region and press it hard. Here I have to say that I respect your freedom, as you have to have the ultimate freedom. I cannot force on you the pure knowledge. So please ask 6 times in your heart, Mother, please give me pure knowledge. Now, It is 6 times because this center has got 6 petals. As soon as you say that, the Kundalini starts moving upward. So we have to now nourish the upper centers with our self-confidence. So now take your right hand in the upper portion of your abdomen, press it on the left hand side, and with full confidence you say to open this center, Mother, I am my own master. Just say that 10 times. It has got 10 petals. Mother, I am my own master. The greatest truth about you is that you are the spirit. You are not this body, you are not this mind, you are not these emotions, you are not this ego, but you are pure spirit. So now, raise your right hand on your heart, press it and say it with full confidence. The greatest truth about yourself, 12 times, Mother, I am the Spirit. The all-pervading power is the ocean of bliss and of peace. It is the ocean of knowledge and joy. But above all, it is the ocean of forgiveness. So whatever mistakes you might have committed can be easily dissolved by this power of forgiveness. So please forgive yourself, and now raise your hand, right hand, in the corner of your neck and your shoulder, and turn your head towards the right side. Here, with full confidence you have to say, Mother, I am not guilty at all. Please say it 16 times. Mother, I am not guilty at all. Now it is a myth whether you forgive others or you don't forgive. But if you don't forgive, you play into the wrong hands. So now raise your hand to your forehead across and put on your forehead on that hand. Bend it down as much as you can. Here you have to say, without thinking about it, Mother, I forgive everyone. Please don't count people whom you have to forgive, but just say, Mother, I forgive everyone. Just say, it's not difficult, it's just a myth. Say it from your heart. Mother, I forgive everyone, from your heart, not how many times. Now, take back this right hand on the back side of your head and push back your head. Push back your head on that hand as far as possible. Now here you have to say, without feeling guilty again, from your heart. Mother, or you can say the divine power, if I have done any mistakes, please forgive me. This is the time you don't have to count your mistakes. Just for your own satisfaction, you are saying that from your heart. If I have done any mistakes knowingly or unknowingly, please forgive me. This forgiveness you are asking from the divine power, which knows everything about you. Now, spread your hand fully and the palm stretch it. And put the center of your palm on top of the fontanelle bone area, which was a soft bone in your childhood. Now press it hard and push back your fingers. Now move it 7 times. By putting down your head, you'll do it better. Clockwise. Here again, I cannot trespass your freedom. I cannot force self-realization on you. You have to ask for it. So 7 times please say, Mother, give me my self-realization. Push back your fingers, please push back your fingers. Please push them back. Now take down your hands, please. Open your eyes. Right hand towards me, like this. And bend your head. And with the left hand, see if there's a cool breeze coming out of your fontanelle bone area. You have to certify yourself. Now don't start doubting, because you see it is coming out of your head. Just try to see here if there is a cool breeze coming out of your head. Maybe wee bit. Some people get it here, some people get it closer. So, but it should not be touching the head, it should be above the head. Just try to see if there's a cool breeze emitting out of your heads. Now, please put your left hand towards me. Again bend your head and see for yourself to be seen. Just see if there's a cool breeze coming out of your head. Now, put your right hand again, last. And again see, put your left hand, bend your head. Please see clearly if there's a cool breeze coming out of your head. Could be very far away, could be closer. Could be hot, doesn't matter. The heat has to come out. Doesn't matter if there's heat. Now, you have to put up both your hands in the air like that. And ask a question, push back your head and ask a question. Mother, is this the cool breeze of the Holy Ghost? Mother, is this the all-pervading power of God's love? Ask this question thrice. Ask this question. All right. Bring it down now. Now watch me without thinking. You can do that. You can watch me without thinking. Now those who have felt the cool breeze out of their fontanelle bone area or on their fingertips, please raise both your hands. It's all right, don't you worry, we'll see you, all right? That's like free mental. May God bless you. Now you felt it. It's beyond mind. So now when you go home, you are not to discuss it, talk about it. It cannot be discussed. But you have to grow, and we have a center where you can come. Just you have to spare some time by which you will grow, and they will tell you all about it. In one lecture, like you can understand, such a big knowledge cannot be explained. But if you come, they will tell you all about it, and you are going to enjoy yourself, enjoy them, and enjoy the whole life. That's what is the aim of God's creation, that He wants you to enter into His kingdom and enjoy yourself and not to suffer. All right. So may God bless you. I would like to shake hands with people, and those who haven't got it can come this side and work it out on them.
हम सभी बंधन लेंगे। आज के इस ध्यान सत्र में जॉइन होने के लिए आप सभी का धन्यवाद। जो साधक इंटरेस्टेड है वो सभी गूगल फॉर्म भर सकते हैं, जिसकी लिंक डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में दी गई है। आज का ये ध्यान सत्र यही समाप्त होता है। जय श्री माता जी।